Hi guys, West Country Explorer Dave and Hamey here.
Hi, we made it.
Yeah, we made it to Liverpool and today's our first day here on holiday. I had a long journey yesterday up by coach and all the rest. Now, for my first video in Liverpool, I'm going to be walking along Bold Street. There's loads of stories attached to this street. Apparently, it's a time slip hotspot. I don't personally believe the stories, but you know, maybe you do. And I just thought, because it's got all these stories attached to it, we'd walk along, do a bit of fun, and at the top there's a bombed out church there. I'll finish the story after recording what I can of the bombed out church. So I hope you enjoy, guys. Let's see you after the intro.
Bye.
Bye. So here we have Bold Street. The sun's pretty much in front of us, so hopefully that won't affect recording too much. There you are, Amy. And like I said, there's quite a few stories attached to this place. Apparently it's a time slip hotspot. So what? Welcome to Bold Street, yeah. What's that? Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, it's eclectic mix of restaurants, cafes, quirky boutiques, both large and small. So there you go. So you don't have to come here for the time slip, you can come here for the cafes and restaurants. Now, one of the more well-known stories was back in the mid-90s. Gentleman and his wife had come here and they'd sort of gone their separate ways to shops, and he temporarily found himself back in the 50s. So that's one of the more well-known stories, but there's quite a few different stories attached to it. So Amy, if I suddenly disappear, I might have gone into the past.
Okay.
Like I said, I personally don't believe the time travel stories, but just because I don't believe them doesn't automatically mean they're not true. What do you think, Amy? Do you think people can temporarily slip through time into the past and all that? No. Now, one thing I'd find quite interesting is these people who say they slide into the past and all that. Is there any, like, people who are in the past, do they ever like realise that someone from the future, from their futures, like amongst them? So someone who goes from the 90s to the 50s, did a 1950s person like write down in their diary, oh, I met somebody from the 90s? Like a contemporary account of in the 50s. Like someone said, oh, I seen someone who came back from the future. If there is an account like that, that'd give a bit of credence to the stories. Oh, you're all right there, Amy. You're okay. Poor Amy almost tripped. Resurrect, yeah. I mean, all these people who say they slip through time, it always seems to be the case they seem to slip into their own personal past. I've yet to come across a story of someone walking along the street and they claim to have gone into the future. So why is it they've always gone into the past? Oh, it's quite nice that it's a pedestrianised street. You look like you're keeping your distance, Amy.
I'm just being careful.
Yeah, but there's quite a few eateries and all the rest along here. Quite a nice little place to explore, I think. There's a Greek taverna over there, Amy.
Yeah, lovely.
Fancy going there one night for a meal?
Definitely.
Been a while since we've had a Greek.
Yes.
I think if I remember rightly, last time we went to a Greek was the down in Brighton, wasn't it?
Yes.
I think so. I can't remember any other time. There we go. I'll have to go there one time. There's a seafood restaurant, Aquapod. I'm not overly fussed about fish myself, seafood. A nice bit of salmon. I do like a good bit of salmon.
Cod for me.
Cod, yeah. Yeah, but neither of us are big fish eaters, are we, Amy?
No. Very hot, isn't it?
It is nice and warm. Well, we're almost at the top, and so far neither of us have disappeared into the past.
No.
If you disappeared into the past, Amy, where would
No.
you like to go? Any particular time period?
Back to when Brookside was on in Liverpool. being the zoo.
Any time period in history you could go to, you want to go back to when Brookside was on.
Well, as I'm here in Liverpool.
Oh, news from nowhere. Liverpool's Radical and Community Bookshop. I might look in there later. For me, I don't know. I'd quite like to go to Victorian times. Like, it'd be quite nice to go to. If I could go to the Victorian times, I'd go to 1851. Go to London and see the Crystal Palace and sort of the Great Exhibition and all that kind of stuff.
I'd also like to go back to 2013, Wimbledon, when Andrew won his first Wimbledon title. I'd like to be there.
Yeah. There's loads of. If I could travel in time, if I had a time machine, there's loads of things I'd explore in the past. I'd go to 1215, see the signing of the Magna Carta. Go to 1415, see Henry V win the Battle of Agincourt. Just stuff like that.
Would you go to Jesus' crucifixion?
I don't know, I think that would be a bit gruesome doing something like that. I'd feel a bit morbid and wrong going to witness that. I don't know. Alright, yeah. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to have a quick sit down, and then I'm going to do a bit of filming around that church, the bombed out church. So here we are, it's St Luke's Church, bombed out in 1941. Not sure if we can go in, but I'll see what we can do. Come up these steps. So that's the top end of Bold Street, just over there. might be able to go in. There was according to the weather report, there was a 50% chance of rain. So I thought, come out in my jacket. And so far, it's a very sunny day. Alright, delivery entrance. So, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to walk around. If we can get into the church, I will do. I'm trying to get as best a shots as I can. Actually, from I think we might. Can we get in from over there? I don't know. Oh, a minute. Here we are, more at the rear end. Alright, so here's the main entrance, but as you can see today it's not open. Little bit of a shame, but not to worry, at least I can walk around the outside. So there's a bit of the bombed out church. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Amy. There she is, sensible Amy, resting in the shade. There you go, guys, that was Bolt Street. So, like I said, have you ever walked up Bolt Street in Liverpool? Have you ever experienced this sort of time slip? We didn't. Do you believe in stories in like time slip? So, like I said, if you do, I'm happy, or you've experienced that kind of thing, I'm happy to hear the stories. Even though I'm a bit skeptical myself, I'm always happy to hear stories like and beliefs and all the rest from the other side of the fence. So, you know, I'm always happy to hear other people's points of view. So, don't be put off by the fact I'm a bit skeptical myself. If you've had an experience like that, I'm happy to hear about it. So. Yeah, you're looking like you're lost in thought there, Amy.
I haven't time travel.
No, I haven't either. The only time travelling I've done is into the future at the rate of 1 second per second. So, but anyway, guys, enough of the corny jokes. Well, I'm going to bring this video to an end, and Amy and I are going to wander back down Time Street. I'm going to go into a bookshop, and we're both going to get a drink somewhere, aren't we?
Yeah.
So yeah, find somewhere nice to drink. And like I said, if you're in Liverpool, Bolt Street's worth a visit, because even if you don't believe in time slips and all the rest, it's still worth a visit because there's quite a few quite nice restaurants and cafes and all the rest. And we're going to come back to that Greek place restaurant at some point. So yeah, so whether you believe in time slips or not, definitely visit Bolt Street because it's got some good looking restaurants and cafes and bookshops and all that rest.
But not well.
Oh right, yeah, but well, you're going to get to places like that anywhere, aren't you? So, but anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. And in the meantime, the usual, stay safe, take care, God bless.
Bye.
Dirty little pigeon behind me. Pigeons deserve to die.